Can I put this on right here? No.
Yeah, put it down. See what we got. All over place.
Because I don't want you to. I know you're going to be moving around and stuff. I could probably put it up here. I don't want it to fall. Because I still want them to see you working. Yeah, this shit going to be better here. All right. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm good, man. Just trying to make sure the family good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Got mine in the camp.
You got yours in the camp?
Yeah, that little cat hitting the golf ball, boy, seriously.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for sure. That's what he do. He told me he's gonna be the best golfer in the world.
For real?
That junk is crazy, man.
But that's because you are a golfer, so it's trying to be like your father. If I had a dad,
But you know what's crazy, man? I used to hoop, I used to play baseball, I used to play football, all that stuff at a pretty high level. And I picked up golf a little later in life, man. But I tried to get him to play all this other stuff. He told me, nah, Dad, I'm good. He was like 3 or 4. He was like, nah, I'm a golfer. That's what I do. And he's 10 now, and that's what he do. When he in there, he putting in work. It's just crazy, you know. Used to have to fuss a little bit about him practice, and now he fussing at me by picking him up early.
Whoa.
Why you here? You come back 30 minutes, let me hit some more.
Whoa.
Yeah, yes.
How old is it?
Dang, he just turned 10.
Oh yeah, he about to be great.
June, he just turned 10 in June. Man. So you know, straight A student.
Whoa.
I stay on top of their education. Him and my daughter, man. Stay on my kids, man. I stay on top of them, bro.
Whoa.
Ain't got time for them falling off out here. They're gonna let them get sucked up, bro. Not, you know, do the best of my abilities, not for that not to happen, you know.
For real. For real. And that's why fathers are really important in your house, bro.
Yeah, man. Very, very much so, man. Strong, firm voice.
For real.
Action. Skin tight.
Yes, sir.
How's everything been in the A?
Man, everything's been good, bro. Work.
Yeah, man.
Work a bit. Especially when you got kids. Man.
Yeah.
Working bottom.
Oh, 100, huh? No. We wanted to be grown, right? Hey, I often think about, you know, when I was a kid, and I would get mad with my mom and dad, you know, when they would be tripping on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they tripping. I can get my own place. You go to that newspaper. Remember back in the day, you go look at the newspaper, and
Yeah.
you see apartments for rent in the newspaper, and you'll see the cars and stuff. and it go to show, you know, I think back now, you know, I see that and I say, I could rent me a 1-bedroom for $400 a month. And if I worked at McDonald's and they paying $5.25 and I'm like a young teenager, so they paying like $5.15 or whatever it was, minimum wage down here in Augusta. So it's like if I do that, I do the math on it. 8 hours a day, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. You ain't took out no taxes. You ain't did nothing right. And you said I can work 8 hours a day, and I work this many days a week. I had this much money, I can pay my rent. Then I can buy that car that you saw in the newspaper. I can get me a Mercedes for $300 a month.
Oh, true.
Remember that? You saw the payment in there, but they didn't tell you that. You know, you didn't read the small print.
Nope.
You know, where it told you, hey, you know, when I get this, when you get that car, those are people applicable for that. You know, your credit gotta be fitting for that. You gotta have to be fitting credit. Your credit gotta fit that category to see that $300 and something dollars, right? So this is lack of maturity. So you wanted to be grown, so you pop and fly, and you making plans, and you didn't factor into your plan groceries,
Yeah.
gas,
Right. Flat tires.
yeah, any other maintenance on the vehicle. Many of us don't. You know, we go out and spend their tax money on cars. They put $5,000 down on a car, paying $800 a month.
Woo.
6 months later, they hide in their car behind a house in the bush or the tires go flat. They can't afford to get the tires on that Honda Sport that came with that 19-inch that cost $300 a tire. See, you factor that in as a grown-up. So you want to look good, but it comes with a cost. You want to look good, but it comes with a cost, man. It's wild.
Man, that's facts. You're speaking facts, bro.
So, you know, I try to put into my children, and you know, it's more than just working and paying bills. You're gonna have to have good credit. And if you're talking about all the time the whole stuff, in this hour of your life, you need to take advantage of everything that's laid before you free, so that you can make the money to live high on the horse later, because it's not going to look like it look right now. It's going up.
It's going up for sure. For sure. Inflation crazy.
And so, to me, a job ain't it.
Yeah, that's
You know, a 4-year degree ain't it. That's not just it. That's that. We talking about self-employment. We talking about trades over here. We talking about things that's gonna lock you in for you. And get you take the cap off. So I live over here, bro.
Especially now with technology, AI, like jobs that you went to school for is going extinct, bro. You went to school for 4 years now, you can't even get a job.
Yeah.
Because everything going extinct.
Oh, for sure. For sure. What up? What up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, you know, it is that stuff I be on, bro.
You smart, bro.
I be on self-employment, man. I watched my grandfather, man, run a cleaning service that had the contract with Southern Bell. Southern Bell flipped over to Bell South. Bell South, he had all the contracts all over the state, and he employed people. I watched that happen. And he would always say, and you know, you watch things say about your kids because it makes, you know, it's gonna take a toll on them later. He would always say, son, I don't have a job, I have a position. That said something. But I remember him always coming home, and the only thing he would do was go around and strip and wax the floors. Him and his cat named Eddie, and he would change the light bulbs. That's all he would do. All the cleaning was up to the other folks. He didn't micromanage. You know, he'd show you how to do the job. He said, if I gotta come back that third time, he said, I'll come back the second. He said, but after I show you that third time, if I get a phone call, you can't change this tissue, you can't change these paper towels, you can't mop this floor, then you don't need this job. Because that's all it takes, and you ain't got to be here all day. The job gonna pay you for 4 hours, the job don't take but 45 minutes to do. What's the problem? If that. So I don't believe in standing over people.
You think you're gonna do mentorship?
I do. I've even had some people who've been apprentices up under me. Some didn't make it. Some did. Proud of the ones that did, because they still out here. They out here, you know. Yeah, man, I value what I do.
I see that for sure.
And I like to gift what I do to others who want it. My goal is to make my business a household name. Cutting Style Barbershop, household name. You hear it. When you hear about a Cutting Style Barbershop, you think positive stuff. Good energy. You know, class, dignity, vision, man. You want to be. I want you to be safe in knowing that when you go looking for to get the service that you like from your barber, that you can find it. A lot of barbers can't be found out here.
For real.
They cut a couple heads, they make a couple dollars, they disappear. When they need some more money, then they show back up and hang around a little bit, then they disappear.
How long you been doing this for?
Started when I was 8 years old. I got my license coming up 17, 18 years old. Been behind the chair since then. So I'm 40. What am I? 20 something years.
Yeah.
20 something, 23 years, 25. I wake up every morning, man, with a passion and a drive. Pray to the good Lord that He send the seed that I need, and I keep it moving. Ask Him to let me set my flesh behind the cross and be a difference in somebody's life as I go through this journey. That's it, man. That's the way.
Why did you decide to become a barber though? Was it just the thing that was in front of you? Like, okay, I'm gonna learn.
I didn't decide it. I didn't find it. It found me. It wasn't a decision. It was a gift. It wasn't a decision to become. It was a gift. It just laid on me. It was something that just came to me. I didn't have to go around asking, how do I cut this? How do I do that? Just started doing it.
So when you started cutting your own hair, or you started cutting people's hair?
Cutting my own hair.
Woo-wee.
I can pretty much do anything I need to do to my own head. Anything. I can put a little design in there, but I just choose not to. I let other people do it if I chose to go that route. But I can cut it, fade it, any kind of way. And you'll think somebody else did it.
That's wild.
And I remember being this little 4 or 5-year-old kid, and my mom had bought me that. You remember the little dog called My Buddy?
My buddy, I think I heard about it.
One had on the, he used to wear the blue suspenders.
Yeah.
He had a white My Buddy, the black My Buddy. So I had a little black My Buddy with a little curly hair on top. It was another one called Kid Sister. So they're about this tall, you know, not that big. And so my sister had a kid sister. I had a My Buddy. I used to take my little scissors in the room and trim my buddy up. 4 or 5 years old.
For real?
Yeah. So that's why it's important as a parent to pay attention to what your children do. Don't yell at them because they done cut the dog hair. Hone it. Hone it. Because what's happening is, if they into it like that, they're going trying to do little ponytails or whatever they got going on. Look, man, that's their $1 million spot right there. If you hone that thing. So many people around here with gifts trying to chase other things. And they wonder why it really don't work. God has gave you gifts, and those gifts that He put on the inside of you make room for you. If you believe.
If you believe.
Because you can figure that gift out easy. Because He gave it to you. It's already coming to you. It comes easy. Don't disrespect it.
Don't disrespect your gift.
No, don't disrespect it.
I feel like sometimes the parents, because they didn't go to school, they want their kids to go to school, and it's like, you can't be a barber because you got to go to school. You can't be a plumber because you got to go to school. You can't be a welder because you got to go to school. Like, come on. You know, I feel like sometimes some parents' lack of education make them make some crazy decisions. for their kids.
Well, I can't say that.
You think so?
I feel like, we as a parent, think about it. If you miss something, see, how can I put this? So, every generation has their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you think about it, when you start approaching 40, you started sounding like your parents, right?
Yeah.
Think about that. And you say, these kids, but see, back then they say the same thing. These kids, they don't know. That's what they said, right? These kids, they don't know. These kids crazy. These kids do it. And it's just what they said, right? So just think about where I'm going with it, right? These kids, right? Now, they don't do things the way we used to do it. Because it's a new time, it's a new era. We didn't have AI.
Yeah.
We didn't have YouTube.
Yeah.
We didn't have Instagram.
Yeah.
See, we came in on MySpace.
Right.
And that was the back end. We didn't come out the womb with MySpace. MySpace came in the game in the early 2000s when we was young teenagers and late middle school and all that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, 99, 2000, whatever year that was, we didn't have all the access to stuff like that. You go in there, you thought you was doing something because you put a song with one of your little posts, your little videos or whatever, and you was in there. So now, you're dealing with a different element, man. These children are battling with the technology and the yearn to be liked. But this is the trick, right? This is the trick. Because they sit in the camera so much, and they sit under the technology so much, they don't go out of hopscotch. They don't go out to the park like that. Now you're dealing with a generation of kids that actually go to a trainer to learn the sport that they play. When it was a time when we went outside, it was trained in the street. Because we went out and we played ball, so we learned how to fight so we don't kill. And if you got to a point where you had to kill, it was deeper than just a fight. Now, if you get in a fight, you can't fight. You can't accept no. And so you go out and you try to kill a young lady, and you want to pull a gun, and you want to fight a young lady because you want her number, and she told you no. It's the times we in. You're in the time when you ask a 5-year-old child, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they say, I want to get child support.
Oh, dang.
I heard it. Y'all heard it. I heard it come right out of the child mouth.
Jeez.
What are you talking about around your children? You know what I mean? What are you doing around? If you pay attention. I was riding down Washington Wrightsboro Road. Saw a young man with a headset on. You can't even walk down the street straight without looking crazy. And doing crazy stuff about to get hit by a car. Not paying attention to traffic, also into what's going on that's coming from your cell phone through those speakers in your ear. What you dealing with, man? You walk right out into traffic due to lack of paying attention. Where's your focus at? Who focusing on the babies that think all they're supposed to do is twerk and sing and sing Sexy Red?
Oh, Lord.
That baby ain't got no business knowing Sexy Red lyrics.
For real, that's the thing. Like my daughter, 4 years old, like you can't play no goddamn sexy. I don't care who the person is. You can't play that. Hell no.
As a father, a mother, I don't care how old you are, you know that child ain't got no business with no Sexy Red.
You know for sure. You damn sure know. You know.
Sexy Red is trying to demoralize and break down the community.
If you're an adult,
with foolishness,
you can listen to that.
Wrong. I don't tell another adult to be going wrong. That's genocide, man.
I don't even know one of her songs though. I don't even know.
Like, you're dealing in a time where AIDS and HIV is at its high, in the young folks, man, 12 and 13 years old, because somebody told them to do it wrong.
And they be the pop
And they don't need to be doing it all. But if you're going to tell them something, wrap it up. What happened to them commercials that we used to have? Wrap it up. Remember that? Don't do the drugs.
Don't do the drugs, right?
Wrap it up. Now you look at a commercial, and we got pills to help you with your HIV. Genocide.
You already messed up before you even start your life. Like before you start even life, you already messed up. That's crazy. Straight up crazy. Like we supposed to be teaching our kids about credit, you know, about taxes, about your health.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be teaching our kids.
Look, I encourage every child that comes through here, every young man, young adult, you know, we get to talking. You know, man, I got this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm getting an apartment. I said, well, how long you gonna stay in that apartment? Cause what's your plan, man? Like, no. We gotta revamp and revise our mindsets, man. No, it's not an apartment. You don't need an apartment.
You don't.
You need a house, a parcel, a piece of land, something to call your own. So you're not losing out on the next 10 or 15 years of your bread. So when you got a house, you invest in the next 10 or 15 years in your bread. Now here it is, you 19, you 20 years old. You done got your house. Now you 30 years old, you've been there for 11 years. You can pull from the value of your property and start you another business, and start your business bigger than what you've been talking while you've been selling your bread to the side. So if you say, well, man, I want to get me several of these little box trucks or sprinter vans, guess what?
You got equity.
You got equity. You got the credit because you've been paying your mortgage on time. You got all this. So now you can go to your home, pull from your home, and do what you got to do. Because a lot of times capital is the reason why you can't do what you need to do.
Oh, yeah. 100% capital.
Before you get caught up in the baby mama drama, the making it with your wife or whatever, man, get your bag together the best you can. Experience is key. Speaking from experience. Because even though you're never ready for a child, look, it's sure easier when you got some money.
It's sure easier.
See, you can't depend on the government. That ain't his job. You got a people who set you up. And I done heard it with my own mouth, man. I get you a spot down at such and such. And you get this, that, and the third, get some housing. Housing? I mean, if you gotta have it, I get it. But it was to my understanding, man, that like, okay, with the government housing and stuff, right? It was a project. That's why they call it the project.
Yeah.
And what they wanted to see was, what would happen if you put all the people in this respective area doing these certain things, right? But it was set up for you to actually go in, get yourself together. They got programs where you can purchase you a home, and then you get off of the system. But somewhere in there, people found a way to stay in there
Forever.
Let little Kiki, now y'all go make a baby, cause mama about to run out. And I'm gonna get one of your babies, and then you get 2 or 3, and then y'all stay down the street. And all us stay in these same projects together. Now you got generations and generations and generations. And now it's okay. And that's not it. But the trick is now when you in your 50s and your 60s, what you got going on? You don't own your own land, so you can't pass that to your children. Generational wealth, man, is based upon being able to pass something on to your children worth having. Give them a financial structure. Teach them while they come along how to maintain what you work hard to put up. So if you continue to go down and create a legacy business, it's all about legacy, man. Somewhere now we got a mind shift and trick. And so many lack knowledge. They don't do the right thing when they do get the money. They buy dumps and put motors in their cars and buy rims that cost more than the car. And they should have bought a piece of property and sat on it. So then when that side of town start to elevate and they start to gentrify, they start to bring in and do and elevate this side of town. They call you on the phone and say, you know, that piece of land that you bought for $3,500 back then, we want to give you $200,000 or $300,000 for that little 1 acre that you got. But over time, you done bought several acres. So now you become a millionaire. But you didn't invest your money right.
Dang. You get me jammed, Birdie.
But that's only, look, I can only get game from experience. Experience, man. That's it. It's a shift in your mindset, man. Sometimes who you connect yourself to matters, bro. Start seeing things. People say, well, we only can teach what we know. You sure about that? You teach what you find out.
You teach what you find out.
You can find out anything. You know, somebody got to own that building that you walk in. How they got it? That don't never click in your head. I got a young man. I'm cutting his hair. He did, you know, little young fella, early elementary school. Now he owns his own Chick-fil-A. Proud of that cat, right? But his testimony, he'll tell you quick. He said, you know, I remember the pastors, they made a call in the service, and he said, I went up, people who wanted to get a job. He was a young teenager, he was about 15 years old. And he went up, 15 to 16, he went up there, and they laid hands on him. They told him to go apply for the job. He went and applied for the job, and they turned him down. They told him no. He went back. He went back the next Sunday or something like that, and he said, well, he laid hands, they said, go back. He went back and applied for the job. They hired him instantly. He was working in the Chick-fil-A, and he looked around. He said, man, I'm finna quit. As the day went on, something clicked in him. Said, hold on. They said, hey, you can own this. Now, this is a 15, 16-year-old teenager, right? Now, my man went on, he graduated from high school as he worked at the Chick-fil-A, got a partial Chick-fil-A scholarship, because of course they give you scholarships, so we know that. He continued to work throughout his time in college. As he approached the end of his senior year, getting ready to graduate, I remember him cutting his hair and he started traveling. They started sending him all over the globe, right? Chick-fil-A. Well, needless to say, he was the youngest owner-operator to ever take a position in Chick-fil-A. All because he heard something in faith, moved in it in faith, trusted it in faith, and has been blessed in faith, because it started with his mind. Now, he could have quit because he could have said, I just don't want to work. I don't like what's going on, but what would he do? He wouldn't be at 1% that he is right now. Instantly was a 1% the moment he opened up as an owner operator in the Chick-fil-A chain. So my thing to that is saying, a young black man at that. And I believe he got a second one coming. But, you know, neither here nor there. But that just go to show you that it's a mindset, man, and who you connect yourself with, how you think, can change a lot of things. And the fact that he could have quit, but he didn't, say everything. He could have settled. He could have stayed on that job and said, I just like what I'm doing. Guess what? It's time, man.
For sure.
I get to witness stuff like that, be a part of stuff like that. You know, right here. He go to church with me also as well. You know, but it's just a beautiful thing. But he was, look, I was cutting his hair before I was going to church with him. Didn't know we'd be connected like that. That happened years later. Yeah, man, you know, all that means is to make the difference, man. Where you going and what you trying to do and how the people support you matters, man.
Yeah.
And if they don't support you, who cares? If you know that it's something that your heart desire and it's laid on you and you passionate about it, go. It's your podcast, it's your dream. Go.
Sure she go.
Go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. You don't get so much chance, bro. Ooh.
Woo. Yeah, that thing need that foot. Yes, sir.
Yo, that story you just said, that's goddamn inspirational.
Look, the deal for me later. Ain't nothing I ever said. And don't believe it. Ain't nothing I ain't never did. I never hadn't done. I've done it. I've experienced it. I'm experiencing it right now. I am now walking in my yes from yesterday's experience. Yesterday's belief. You know. Yesterday they told me no. But I believe. My yesterday turned to yes today.
Yes, today. Yeah.
Know that.
Straight up barbershop. Yeah, that's fine, bro.
Alright. Got you straighten up on the big man.
Alrighty. What church you go to, bro?
New Life Word Center in Helslip, 3550 Morgan Road, Helslip, Georgia. Where the pastors was Claude and Regina Harris, but to speak about legacy, I missed it this past Sunday because I had something going on. I had a big golf tournament, 2 days, and I missed it on Sunday. But legacy, man, they built a church over 40 some years ago, and just believe God. And their son was this little teeny dude, man, with a little baseball cap out there, helping hold the sign up in front of the building in the 80s, right? Well, his yesterday said, yes, son, today. He actually took over as the senior pastor this past Sunday, and he didn't even know it was coming. He knew it was coming, but didn't know it was coming like that. And they surprised him with, because normally, you know, they'll put a program in place and you know that you get installed. Nah, he told him right then after he preached his sermon on that Sunday that he was not a senior pastor. And that right there is a legacy moment, man. And yeah, bro, that right there, that was valued, man. Touched my heart dearly, because that's what I stand on. That's what I like to connect myself to. That's what I believe in. That's what I've been taught. You know, by sitting under the leadership there.
Man, I need to come to your church, bro.
Yeah? Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been to church in a while.
Look, man. Look. Do what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You feel it in you. I can't tell you what to do.
Right.
But you know if you need to come. Come on, man. We love to have you. Only you and God can have that conversation.
Oh, yeah. That's facts, bro. That's facts.
Only thing I can do is encourage you. By the way I walk, talk, care of myself, things that God has done for me. Give you my testimony, because those were tests and times that I went through. And now I'm able to tell you that I came out. You were able to witness it because you experienced my coming out. So, you sitting in some of my coming out.
Good to see you.
The Bible said to write the vision down and make it plain. I wrote it down and throw that vision for Terry. You know, I say Terry, what I see when they say Terry is it sits out there like a scattered TV used to be. But wait on it. It'll come together. It's like cable TV. When you put that cable box up and it's connected right, it come together. If you ain't paid your bill, it's spread apart. So that time that you set it up, you were waiting on it. You paid your debt to be where you are. And you had to fight to get where you are now, to get where you was going. Where you was going is where you stand, but where are you going? How much further are you going to go? Continue to stay in faith and watch where God take you. He'll take you farther than you could ever imagine. And any vision that you had that you bring forth, you put your hand to work and give him the glory in what you're doing. Like real talk. Give him the glory. Him the glory. Yeah.
Man. You know, yeah. Man. All I can say is, y'all heard from Kel the Barber. He is inspirational. I can tell you that much. You done heard so many stories. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to everybody sharing, liking. And we about to be out. Thank you. Want to say one last word, Kel?
Hey, man. Keep your head up. That's all I got to say.
Never ever give up. Let's go.